Okay, everybody. Happy Monday to you, Big Waves. Good to see you. Get them two hands. Let's have a good week this week. Um, Excited for all of you for this week. Excited for myself. Love you guys. We're going to somehow make all this happen this week with being in Tokyo. Um, I'm not sure yet how all that's going to unfold. We might have to get up at like 4 in the morning. Who knows? But here's what I will tell you. Our attempt is to do the coach's corner and not miss with you guys while we're in Tokyo. There might be a plane flight that ends up interfering with it, so we'll have to see. So just know that if something happens, that it's all due to travel, not because we don't want to be here. Okay. So good to see everybody. I'm going to get to my notes real quick because we got a good one for you, but we got a birthday lady as well. And I hope she's on. Lee Moss. I know she was on last night. Lee, it's her birthday. And we hope you have the most amazing day ever. And if you're on, we can't wait to sing to you, especially Bill Saling. He's got the voice of all of us. Okay. So the word this morning is interact. And we wanted it for a Monday because we hope that this word inspires you to do some proper interactions throughout the week this week. Okay. Interact is to act upon one another. Okay. I think we could all pretty much give that definition of it. But I come across a couple of quotes I want to give you this morning. First of all, good ideas and true innovation has to come through human interaction. It has to come sometimes through conflict, sometimes through argument, sometimes through debate. And I want to tell you what I'm not good at. I'm giving you a little peek into Brent Palmer's problems. I'm not good at debating. Like I sometimes I feel my blood pressure rise. We're going to cut Andrea's video off this morning, okay, where you can't see when she laughs. So I try to debate and I try to do that, but I feel like Susan Saling, I feel like you're like me. You know, why can't we just be right all the time and you agree with us? Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Uh, but here's the thing. That's really the truth for me. Like I got to remind myself that through interactions with all of you, with all of my business people, with all of my partners, that good ideas and true innovation that excels a person, business, a life comes from interaction. It comes from human interaction. It comes from debates and conflicts and resolution. Like that's the way life has always been. Okay, to get to where a person wants to go. Um, but I want you to think about this. What is stopping us from interacting effectively? Okay. What's stopping us? So I want you to think about yourself like I thought about myself this morning. And I got 2 minutes. When we're stressed out or out of control emotionally, people feel it. Not only do people feel it, like when they, but we're showing it and we don't even realize. And I'm talking to myself, ladies and gentlemen, just yesterday. I'm headed to Tokyo. There's things going on. And I'm like, I'm a perfect human. No, I'm kidding. But yesterday I must have been putting off a vibe that I'm not so perfect. I'm showing some stress, some irritability, some things, and I didn't even realize it. So it affects my interactions with people when I'm stressed out and I'm all out of control. I know none of you have ever been out of control or stressed out. I'm just letting you know about me. Lack of focus. Have you ever been with somebody and you're trying to talk with them and they're on their phone and they can't put down Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or this or that or looking through their pictures or sending text messages and you're like, I'm trying to talk to you right now. I'm trying to communicate. Unfortunately, we do it to the people we care most about more than we do it with a stranger. So I encourage us this week for our interactions, be where your feet are planted. The little text messages can wait. The little Facebook peaks can wait. Just be where your feet are planted and be in that interaction. Inconsistent body language. Oh my goodness. Buffy, you don't have any. She said, watch it, Brent. So have you ever been around someone, and Buffy's not this way, by the way, but I am, like where you don't like what you hear, you start squirming and you got to get up, you got to, like, body language means a lot. And if interaction, the key to innovation is we've got to debate, we got to have conflict, we got to have resolution, then I got to be willing to sit there through that without the negative response. So this was great for me. So, Andrea, that was my thought around, because here's the thing. The key to anything is we got to be more positive in our interactions, in our daily interactions with people. And so if I can watch these things and stay away from these things that I just went over, I'm going to be a better human towards interacting with people. And it's going to grow a bigger network. It's going to grow bigger opportunities for me, for the future, and all that. So, Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, I don't think you needed to step all over my toes first thing on a Monday morning, but great lesson. And we actually have both birthday girls. So I did not know that it was Julie Fountain's birthday. So we have two birthday ladies on here, and they're both here. So y'all be warming up your voice.
Awesome.
But I'll be quick here. So the quote that I found was, every human interaction offers you the chance to make things better or to make things worse. And I thought, man, isn't that true? Like, have you ever thought about, like, I'm just picturing with my kids, and I might be guilty of, I'm really good at coming in with the request before the maybe soft little mom. So like I walk into Chase's room and I was going in to say good morning, but instead I see the disaster. So I'm like, oh my goodness, you have 15 minutes to get all of this cleaned up. And then I want to see your little butt downstairs ready. And then I'm like, but good morning, sweetie, love you. And at that point, he's like, peace out, mom, like get out of my room. I'm upset that you're even here. And I didn't start that interaction off very positively, right? So I can't be the only one that's done it. Come on, somebody tell me they've done that too. So I can thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. And Brenda too. I needed that right there. But so what I looked into is, how can we be more effective in our interactions with others? What can we do to grow our relationships in our interactions? Because we're going to have both sides of the fence, right? Like not everything is roses, even though I might be a Pollyanna. So first of all, just like Coach just said, be the engaged listener. So fully focus on whoever's talking. Avoid interrupting or trying to redirect any other redirectors here. I'm like, this is going in a negative direction. I feel a little anxious. So I'm going to actively try to get them to go chase that squirrel with me. And I'm going to try to redirect this conversation. And what I have to realize is that listening is very different than waiting for my turn to talk. And sometimes I can be guilty in a conversation of, I'm hearing your words, but all I'm doing is coming up with my rebuttal or my response. I'm not actively trying to hear it. I'm trying to say, okay, they said this, so I'm going to come up with whatever I'm coming up with. And I'm not actually taking the time to absorb what's being said. So I can't concentrate on what they're saying if I'm forming what I'm going to say next. So try to slow that down, show interest in what's being said, be engaging in that conversation, work to set aside my judgment, right? Like I don't need to judge what's happening right now. I just need to hear it. And then at the end, when they're done, provide a little feedback to make sure that I'm understanding what actually is being said. Like what I'm hearing here is, it sounds like you're saying, and it's a great way that we can kind of mirror back to what's being said to us to make sure that we're on the right path. Because sometimes, again, this can't just be me, that there's two different conversations going on, right? The one that I'm hearing and the one that's actually happening. Next, I'm stepping all over or piggybacking on everything you said, but pay attention to the nonverbal cues. So when I'm interacting with somebody, they might be saying the words yes, but their head is saying, no, I couldn't even do that. That was very hard for me. I can't rub and pat, right? And chew gum at the same time for sure. So what is their body language saying to me? And then what is my body language saying to them? Am I open? Am I leaning in? Am I engaged? Or am I like this, right? Next is I've got to keep my stress in check. When we're frazzled, it's really hard to have positive interactions. And I kind of put a little joke in the chat that I've never been stressed before, but you guys may not know this, but I can be a little high strung. I'm wound a little tight and I don't mean to be, I don't want to be, I would like to be relaxed and all of those good things, but I may have to move back to California for that to happen. So I've just got to realize that I'm just going to be not anyway, that I'm a little bit more high strung of a human. So when I'm having an interaction and I can feel myself, and we all feel it, when I can feel myself ramping up, I've got to use that internal pause button to just say, wait a minute. Maybe I've got to go through those breathing exercises you guys might remember. We might need to repeat that lesson for me, but I'm going to do some box breathing. Like I'm going to do some things to slow myself down, calm myself down, work to stay on the topic at hand, look for humor in this situation. When you can laugh, especially in the middle of something heated, doesn't it make it so much easier and so much lighter? And then work on, trying to find the compromise or agree to say, you know what, I don't think we're going to see eye to eye on this, but that's okay. I still love you. You still love me. And we can continue this interaction. And then lastly, if we want to truly be effective in our interactions, we have to value ourselves. We've got to assert ourselves, and we've got to make sure that in that interaction that we're being respectful, regardless of where we are, right? Like I can be stressed out and I can be that high-strung little chihuahua, but that doesn't mean that I can, devolve into being disrespectful or rude. And I really, if I want to be effective, I've got to work on receiving that feedback positively, even when it's not what I want to hear. So, and then lastly, I've got to learn to say no, because sometimes the best yes is actually a no. So we can discuss that a little bit further another day, but we're out of time. So thanks for that, Coach. And we got 2 birthday ladies here this morning. Can't wait to sing to them both.
Absolutely. Lee Moss, Julie Fountain. We hope you both have an amazing day. We're going to sing happy birthday to you. And we hope, hey, today's going to be a great week for everybody. All right. We're going to start it off today on the right track. So here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Birthday,
birthday.
dear.
So much. Have a beautiful
Bless
birthday.
you.
Thanks, have a
Have a great